Okay, so as I was saying, today we're going to be talking about the option of, or the topic that is quantifiers, which is the one that we have there in 9B. Okay, so it says how much, how many, a lot. So let's see how it works. Okay, so very important. We're going to use how much when it is a non-countable noun. For example, water. So if we talk about water, you cannot say how many water. No, you say how much water. But if we talk about something that can be counted, such as oranges, then we use how many. Okay, so for all of those that you can actually count, you're going to use many in how many if it is a question. For example, how many cars do you have? How many cakes did you eat? How many, okay, let me see, oranges do you need? How, etc. I think you get the idea. How much is for those that, again, you cannot count. Sophie, you were not here on Tuesday, but we mentioned, for example, that there is a very common mistake that in Costa Rica, we count everything. Como quien dice, a todo le ponemos cantidad. In English, it's not like that. For example, a good example of that is water. That we cannot say how many water because you cannot actually count water. You can count the, how can I say, like the places where you put the water in, like the bottles, for example, or maybe if you have it in a jar or so, or glasses of water. But you cannot actually count water unless you start counting like the particles of water, which clearly we're not gonna do. Okay, the same happens for rice, beans, sugar or coffee, or even money. Because again, when it comes to money, you can never say how many money. No, how much money. How much money do you have? And then you say, oh, I have 5,000 colones, I have 1,000 colones, etc. Again, a veces pasa que con money se nos hace un sancocho porque uno dice, pero claro, la plata no la cuenta. No. Remember that we're not actually counting the money, we're counting the coins or the bills. O sea, lo que estamos contando son las monedas o los billetes, pero no la plata en sí, por así decirlo. That is a difference that we make in English. For that reason, we use how much. Okay, so we can use a lot, a little, not much, or none. Very important. Look that here in the chart, sorry. Here in the chart, we have pretty much the same for countable and uncountable. The difference is that for short answers, we have not much in uncountable and not many in countable. So how many oranges do you need? Oh, not many, maybe 3. That can be an answer. Okay, those are short answers. And then for full answers or long answers, you can say, I eat a lot of sugar. That's me. I eat a little sugar. I don't eat much sugar. I don't eat any sugar. Or I eat a lot of cookies. I eat a few cookies. I don't eat many cookies. I don't eat any cookies. Very important, as you can see there, if it is non-countable, we use a little, but if it's countable, we use a few, pretty much. Questions up to here? No, okay, awesome. Let's read what we have over here, which is always important to read and pay attention to. It says, we use how much with uncountable nouns and how many with plural countable nouns. We already know that, okay? We use a lot of with countable and uncountable nouns for a big quantity, but I think you know that already. We use a little or not a little, much with uncountable nouns for small quantity. and we use a few or not many with countable plural nouns for a small quantity. Okay, not any, none in short answers for zero quantity. Okay, so a lot of, much, and many. In positive sentences, we usually use a lot of. In negative sentences and questions, we usually use much and many. For example, I don't drink much water. Do you drink much coffee? It is also possible to use a lot of in negative and questions. Do you drink a lot of coffee? I don't eat a lot of vegetables. Okay, how are we doing up to now, guys? Clear? Sort of? Better? Any questions up to now? Okay, so let's do a small practice real quick. Dime.
Todo claro, todo claro.
Okay, good. So super quick, let's go over a few of the things that we mentioned there. So if it's uncountable or if it's countable, okay? So for uncountable, we're gonna use much. For countable, we're gonna use many. We're also gonna use little for uncountable and few for countable, okay? That's very important. We can use a lot of, a lot of for both of them. So there is no difference. You can use it for both of them. And let me see if I'm missing something, sorry. Okay, let me see if I'm missing something. Well, this is kind of obvious, but as I mentioned before, you can use not much with uncountable and not many with countable. So for example, I can say, how much money do you have? And then you can answer in two ways. You can use one that says a lot, oh, I have a lot, like a short answer. Or you can also say, you can also say a lot, or give me a long answer. I don't have a lot of money. Okay, questions up to here? Okay, but if you have any questions, you can stop me at any time, you know that. Okay, that is for countable. And for non-countable, sorry, that was for non-countable. Now we're gonna move into countable. So for the ones that can be counted, you can go ahead and say, how many apples do you want? In question mark. Okay, and then the answer can be many. Or it could also be a long answer. I need a lot of apples. Okay, questions up to here? Nope. Okay, in that case, what we're gonna be doing is that we're gonna practice a little bit of this and how to make it. Real quick, we haven't talked about questions. Okay, questions will be created the same way. We're gonna use how much or many, it depends if it is countable or non-countable. And then we're gonna use the object. So in this case, it can be something that can be counted or something that cannot be counted. For example, I can say water or I can say oranges, for example. I know this is very obvious, but when we use how many and we have a countable noun, it must be plural. Never, ever, ever, it can be singular. It has to be plural. So you cannot say how many, sorry, how many orange? No. How many oranges? Or how many apple? Never. How many apples? Why? Because how many or the amount immediately shows or states that we're talking about quantities, plural, meaning 2, 3, 20, 150, etc. More than one. Okay, so let's keep going with the structure. So we have how much or how many plus subject. And then we're going to have the auxiliary. We're going to have the subject. And we're going to have the verb. And then the question mark. So let's test it. How many cars? So we have how many first. Then we have the object, which is cars. Now we go for exterior. How many cars do subject do you buy? In question mark. Of course, we can change buy for have, want, destroy, etc. Okay? Questions up to here? Very important, if you wanted to add more information to the question, like how many cars do you buy? Let's change it to, do you buy in Panama, for example? You can do that, but it will go after the verb in case that you actually wanted to, okay? Okay, so now what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna work in the practice that we have in the following page. So if you go to the following page, you should have a practice over there, okay? So please go ahead and work in that one, and we're gonna check in a few minutes as soon as you finish. Okay, for the first part, it says, complete with how much or how many. How much sugar do you put in your tea? Okay, so number one, Danny, what did you add there?
How much butter do you use?
Correct, that is perfect. Number two, Sophie.
How many cans soda drink?
That is perfect, thank you, Sophie. Number three, Alina, can you do number three?
How much oil do I need?
Yep, that is perfect, thank you. Number four, Jonathan.
Yo estoy en page.
Page 141.
Ah, 41. Ok. Lo dicho, ya lo había hecho. What number?
Number four.
Page? Ok, sería. How many chocolates were in that box? Ahí,
Yep.
en eso. Ok.
Number five, Danny.
How much rice do you want?
Perfect. Number six, Sophie.
How much coffee does he drink?
Yep, that is correct. Number seven, Alina.
How many bottles of water did you buy?
Bye.
Buy.
But the rest was perfect. Thank you, Lina. Number 8, John.
Number 8.
Yes.
Hablando con... Sería... How much? No. How many cans of tuna do we have?
Yep, that is perfect. And number 9, Danny, please.
How much orange juice is there in the cart in that carton?
Mm-hmm.
Solo porque yo
Number
lo había
10,
dicho.
Sophie.
How many cookies did you eat?
Yes, that is perfect. Thank you so much. Okay, now we're going to move to the part B. To circle the correct word or phrase. I don't put much salt on my food. Number 1, Jonathan.
Me mata asustar en el mismo teléfono y sería we don't eat a lot a lot candy, a lot of candy.
Exactly, that is perfect. A
No sé
lot
si
of
está bien.
candy. Number 2, Lina.
How much chocolate do you eat? A little.
That is perfect. In this case, again, it is a little because it's in how much. So we immediately know that if they're not counting it, they're saying it's uncountable. Therefore, we cannot use a few because we use a few when it is things that you can count. Perfect, Alina, thank you. Number 3, Sophie.
My friends don't drink much coffee.
Perfect. Number 4, Danny.
How much fruit do you buy? A lot.
Correct. Very important. Usually when we say a lot or a lot of, if we say just a lot, it's because it's usually alone. But if it's with a noun that is following the expression, then we use a lot of. For example, a lot of candy, or in this case, it says how much fruit do you buy? A lot. That's it. Okay, for number 5, John.
Number 5 is we eat a lot of fish. We love it.
Perfect. Number 6, Danny.
Do your children drink any milk? No much. Not no much.
Exactly. No, not much. Number 7, Lina.
Donna ate her hamburger, but she didn't eat many French fries.
Yep, that is perfect. Number 8, Sophie.
How many vegetables do you eat? None. I don't like them.
Perfect. Very important. We're gonna make a small pause over here, guys. Okay, what is the difference between any or none? None is an answer that you can give alone. So I can say, how much food do you need? And you can say none. However, when it comes to any is usually accompanied by other words. Sometimes it's a verb, like you can say, for example, the question here is how many vegetables do you eat? You could say, I don't eat any vegetables. In that case, you can use it like that. But in these cases, it is individual, you will need to use none. How many vegetables do you eat? None. Okay, is it a little bit more understandable now or clearer? Okay.
¿Puedes volver a explicar?
Sure, of course. So what I was saying is that when we use non, it is usually because it is alone. For example, you can say, I can ask you, how many apples do you need? And you can say none. That's it. If you use any is usually accompanied by other words. For example, verbs. In that case, if you want to use any, you would need to say, I don't need any apples. But you cannot just use it like that, like alone.
Okay,
Better.
I understand you. Yes.
Okay, it's just a matter of using it a little bit more. But if you use it a little bit more, then it's gonna get easier and how can I say you're gonna get used to it. Okay, now we go for number 9. Alina.
This is none is same affirmative. Es como una afirmación, ¿no? Como decir no, yo no.
No necesariamente, el non usualmente se traduce más como ninguno o ninguna. Entonces, como que yo diga, ¿cuántas ocupas? No, ninguna. That's it, pretty much.
Okay.
La diferencia con el any es que recuerden que el any usualmente para usarse va a requerir que haya una partícula negativa antes de. Por eso recuerden que uno no puede decir, por ejemplo, uno tiene que decir, I don't need any apples. Por ejemplo, entonces antes de utilizar ese any, a la par del auxiliar ya está el not, como el I don't or do not. I do not need any apples. Eso es como una regla para usar el any. Con el non, there is no such thing. Pueden utilizarlo solito. How many do you need? None. Y así. ¿Me explico? Mejor.
So. Okay.
¿Ah?
Sí. Claro, como el agua char.
Well, that's not really promising, but still, we're going to use it more. And if you have questions, we can come back to it. Okay, number 9, Alina.
I have a cup of tea and a little cereal for breakfast.
Correct. Tea.
Tea.
Perfect. The rest is perfect. And last but not least, Sophie.
Do you eat much meat? Digo la otra también.
Yes.
No, I don't. I eat any meat. I'm vegetarian. se dice así,
Vegetarian.
vegetarian.
Mhm. Correct. Do you eat
Profe, estaba usando el
meat?
check. Entonces, si no era, Sofía usaba el check. Si no era gallo, era gallina. Entonces, gracias al check.
Oiga, Sophie, I don't know.
A mí no me gusta usar el check porque siempre me hace que me equivoque. Me
No,
da hay que, siempre hay que poner puntos y yo nunca pongo puntos, entonces siempre me lo marca malo, ya no lo uso. Ya aprendí.
okay, guys, any question, any concern, any doubt?
Ese, digamos, en palabras ticas, la diferencia entre a few y a little.
Eso no es tanto en palabras ticas. Recordemos que es más con cuál lo podemos utilizar. A little se utiliza con los que son non-countable o uncountable. A few es con los que son contables. Entonces, por ejemplo, si vas a hablar de cuánta agua tomaste, no podrías utilizar a few, tendrías que utilizar a little. Por ejemplo, I drank a little water. Pero si estás hablando de algo que se cuenta, por ejemplo, maybe, I don't know, apples. You can say, I ate a few apples. ¿Sí me explico, John?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, awesome. Okay, guys, any other question, any other concern? Any doubt that you may have? Okay, I'm gonna take that as a no. Okay, now what we're gonna be doing now is we're gonna move to because I wanna get over with grammar so then we can move into other activities. We're gonna move into the second part of the class, which is we're gonna talk about comparatives, adjectives, okay? So please go to the previous page, which is 140, and let me know once that you are there. Are you there already? Pero no me dicen nada, ¿verdad? Okay, so we're gonna talk about comparative adjectives. Let me go ahead and share my screen. I think it's gonna make it easier. So first of all, what are comparatives? When we use comparatives, I know this sounds a little bit obvious, but when we talk about comparatives, we're comparing two things, only two. Okay, if we already have more than two, meaning 3, 4, or more, that is not a comparison. In that case, what we're doing is we're probably going to be using a superlative. Okay, so again, for comparatives, we need to have no more than two objects which we are comparing. Okay, I know there is how can I say it? There is a misconception in Spanish because we say comparatives and usually we compare more than two. No siempre se comparan solo dos cosas. En inglés se ve como que cuando tenemos dos, estamos comparando. Cuando tenemos más de dos, dícese de tres o más, eso ya se conoce como superlativo. ¿Por qué? Porque yo voy a decir que, digamos, de estos tres, ¿cuál es el mejor? ¿Cuál es el peor? ¿Cuál es el que sobresale por alguna razón? Eso es superlativo, pero cuando son solo dos, en ese caso se conocen como comparativos. That's what we're going to be talking about today, okay? So it says, comparative adjectives. We have it there in the screen. Is your sister older than you? Look at the word older Very simple word, is just the same as old. The difference is that we add er. That's it. Buckingham Palace is bigger than the White House. Female mosquitoes are more dangerous than males. My new job is better than my old one. The traffic is always worse in the evening. Okay, it says use comparative adjectives plus than to compare two things, two people, two places, etc. Okay, let's look at the adjectives that we can use. Okay, so for example, we can say old and then are older, er. Cheap, cheaper. Then we can go for big or hot. It will be bigger and hotter. Very important for this, in this case, for adjectives that end in one vowel and one consonant, we double the consonant and add er. Okay, and the consonant that we double is the last one. Like in bigger, we double the G and then er. Then we have dry and healthy for those that are only one or two syllables, ending in Y, we change the Y for an I and an ER. And then for the following, famous or expensive, the ones that are two or more syllables, we use more. Okay, like for example, if you have the word intelligent, that one is very long, so you wouldn't say intelligenter. No, 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 no. You say he is more intelligent. Okay, and then there are some exceptions. For example, good, you don't say gooder, you say better. For bad, you say worse. And for far, you say farther or further. Okay, this is very simple, but let's go ahead and let's have a few examples.
And dangerous?
Dangerous, that one is
Instead
very
of
long. So for dangerous, you have to use more.
more dangerous. Okay.
Exactly, exactly. Very important, remember, let me write it here. Comparatives, okay. So very important, remember that we need to add usually ER and we're going to use then. Then is very similar to that in meaning, however, then is the only one that you can use to compare, okay? So for example, you can say, I am, I don't know, taller than Sophie. I don't know that, but I'm just inventing. How tall are you, Sophie?
1.60.
Ah, sí, le gano por un montón.
Bueno, ya estuvo, ¿verdad?
No, I'm kidding, no, but yeah, that is an example. Remember, I'm using the adjective here is tall, and then I'm adding ER, and then I'm also using then. So I am taller than Sophie. Okay, another one, you can say, for example, she is more intelligent than my friend, for example. Like that. So I'm using, since the word is intelligent, which has more than two syllables, then I have to use more. She's more intelligent, and then of course I'm gonna use then. She's more intelligent than and the other person. Don't forget the very important rule that they mentioned as well. If you have words such as big that end on one vowel and then one consonant, you double the consonant and add ER. Big changes to bigger. The same for hot, which would change to hotter. Okay, any question, guys? Okay, easy, right? This is actually quite easy. It's just a matter of practice so we can get used to it.
Puede esperar un momento para anotar.
Of course, take the time that you need.
Thank you.
¿Para qué fue la aclaración allá donde puso arriba, que puso tan y lo encerró y puso that?
Oh, what I was saying is that they are similar in meaning. O sea, que a nivel de
Ujú.
significado es básicamente lo mismo. La diferencia es que para comparar solo podemos utilizar than,
Dan.
no that. That nunca. Para comparar al menos no.
Ok.
Okay, remember super quick, if it is a one syllable adjective, such as, I don't know, let me think. Well, we can use tall, or let me think about that, another one. I'm not thinking about any one syllable adjectives, like none are coming to my mind besides tall. Maybe short. Yep, short. If it is a one syllable adjective, we add only ER. Okay, very important. This is such a common mistake. There are people that they say, sorry, Daniel, now you're copying. There are some people that they use easy and they say more easy. No, 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 never, never. It's easier. You can say, oh, this test is easier than the previous one, for example. Okay, it says 9C, write the comparative form of these adjectives. So big, bigger. Danny, number one, please.
Higher. No sé.
Higher.
Higher.
Number two, Sophie.
La palabra que más me cuesta pronunciar, yo creo. No, tier.
Exactly. It's dirty, dirtier.
Okay.
Number three, John.
Number 3 is more dangerous.
Yes, correct. Number four, Alina.
Better.
Perfect. Number five, Danny.
Thinner. I don't know.
Thinner.
Thinner.
Thinner. Number six, Sophie.
Slower.
Number seven, Alina.
Healthier.
Number eight, John.
Is 8.
Yes, 8.
Esa es la que tengo la pregunta.
What did you
I
add
don't
there?
know. I don't know far.
Okay, in this one, there are two possibilities. It could be further or it could be farther. Any of those two will be correct because this one is irregular. It's actually over here. Let me see, where is it that we saw it? Right here. Do you see it? It's a far, it changes to farther or further. Any of those two.
With
Hey.
T. Con T.
Sí, sí, sí. Como está así en la pantalla.
Ay, es que estoy viendo a Lina.
Oh, okay.
I say the last one.
Okay, sure. You can do the last one. Okay. Let me go ahead and move to practice again. And Heiner, can you say number 10?
Words.
Yes, that is perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Jainer.
Teacher, Heiner, please, Heiner.
But why not? Why can't we say it the other way?
No, no es.
It's not correct?
Bueno,
His name is Heiner.
Heiner, yes. Con G, the cat.
Con G de cat. Qué bueno, G de cat. That is Spanish to 100%. But 100%.
Oiga, de mi clases, por favor.
¿Qué está haciendo aquí,
Deme
digamos?
tutorías.
Les apuesto que nadie se había reído antes, apenas llegué yo sabía.
No, and it
Toda
reminded
la
me.
razón, mi amor, te extrañábamos.
Una vez me dijeron uno que era parecido, que era como with V as in cow.
Jainer, yo tuve que tomar su lugar en los chistes.
Ah, bueno. Thank you.
Pero te
Okay.
extrañamos un poco.
Of course we missed you.
Oh,
Of course we did. And not a little, a lot.
my spider, dijo aquel.
Miss Spider.
What is the comfortable?
Ah?
What is the comfortable in this practice?
What do you mean?
The
Comparative.
Comfortable.
more comfortable.
Comfortable.
Okay.
It's more because it has more than 2 syllables. For all of those that have more than 2 syllables, we usually use the word more. For example, if it's intelligent, more intelligent. If it's comfortable, more comfortable. Dangerous, more dangerous. If it's troublesome, more troublesome, etc. Any word that has more than 2 syllables will require more.
Can you write it? Write it?
More.
Can you write it comfortable and healthy? Healthy. I don't know. No sé cómo se escribe eso.
¿Cuál?
Okay, comfortable and number 7. More comfortable. Okay.
Farther.
No. 7. No 8.
Healthier.
Healthier.
Oh, sorry, it was in part B. Healthier.
Okay.
Healthier would be like this. Let me help you out with that. Healthier. It's already in the chat.
Okay. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Okay, guys, now let's go ahead and check part B. It is complete with a comparative adjective plus than. Very important. You don't know this about comparatives, Heiner, but we were mentioning that when there is a comparative, we need to use then. So for example, you can say, I am taller than Sophie. Then you need to use then. She is more intelligent than my friend. Or we could actually come up with one saying they are more. Okay, let me think about one. Hardworking. Than my friends.
I recently saw that in the English class in the new university, in these sentences.
Okay, not a problem. Questions, Heiner?
No, everything clear.
Okay, awesome. Now let's go ahead and check this together, guys. So for number 1, it says, oh, sorry. Okay, there we are. It says, my sister is younger than me. That is the first one. She's only 18. Number 1, let's see, Sophie.
The farmer's market is cheaper than the supermarket for esa palabra, vegetables.
Vegetables. Correct. That is perfect. Number 2, Alina.
Italian is easier for Spanish students than it is for English students.
Can you repeat it? Italian is?
Easier
Mm-hmm.
for Spanish students than it is for English students.
Okay, perfect. Number 3, Danny, can you help me with that one?
Yes. It rains a lot in the spring. April is better than July.
Better?
Yes, weather.
Okay,
weather.
okay, thank you. Yeah, I was like,
Sorry.
it's okay, don't worry. I thought you just didn't like it. Danny was like, no, I don't like this one. I'm gonna change it. No, but it's correct. Weather. That is correct. Number 4, John.
¿Cómo lo escribió? ¿Con doble T?
Sí.
Ok.
That
pero
is
a mí no
Spanish.
me- excuse me. A mí no me salió con el doble check. Dijo, this restaurant is busier when it first opens.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
This restaurant is busier. Busier.
Busier.
Busier
Uh-huh.
when it first opened.
Perfect. Number 5, Hainer, can you do that one? Can you try?
Number 5.
Yes, please.
Come in the summer, the weather is better than in the spring.
Perfect. Number 6, Alina.
I love science. I find it more interesting than history.
Perfect. Super quick. Science.
Eso voy a preguntar cómo se pronuncia. Science.
Science, and remember,
I
find.
love science. I find.
Ajá. De hecho, lo dirán porque es como, ya es como la tercera vez que me dices find in a wrong way. Creo que es una palabrilla que te ha costado.
¿Quién dice?
Thank you, Alina. The rest was perfect. Number 7, Danny.
Okay. Cusco is farther from the ocean than Lima.
Dan, remember to pronounce the N. Dan, Lima. Correct.
Lima.
Number 8, Sophie.
I'm shorter than my brother. He is very tall.
Perfect.
Shorter. ¿Está bien como lo dije?
Yep.
Okay.
Number 9, Hainer.
The situation is worse than it was last year.
Thank you. Super quick. Situation.
Situation.
No,
Situation.
situ, no situ o sichu. Recuerden a
Can you
Che
repeat
Chancho.
again?
Como
Okay.
situation. Como de achu.
Ajá,
Sichu.
sí, true. Okay,
Exacto.
situation.
Situation.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. Number 10. John, can you do number 10?
Skin is more difficult. I thought it was.
Okay, you're missing something. What do you think it is, John? Hay una palabrilla ahí que se me dejaste botada.
I thought it more difficult than
Ajá, exactly. Skin is more difficult than I thought it was.
skin. What is skin?
Skin. Skin, esquiar.
Okay.
Okay, guys.
Es que ahí snowboarding es como en tabla, skiing es como.
Skins
¿Quién sabe?
son como los esquís, que son dos.
Okay.
Sir,
Yes, sir.
No
it can
veo
be
errores.
said in two ways. Far is more farther, or farther. What is the correct?
There are two ways of saying more farther. It doesn't exist. It's either farther or further. Those are the only two.
Farther? Okay.
Any other question, guys? Nope. Is it very clear? Okay, now what you're going to be doing is I'm going to give you some time and you're going to write 10 different sentences using these ones, okay? You're going to talk about comparatives. So for example, you're going to say, I don't know, I'm going to give you an idea. Maybe you have something far away. So you can say the TV, the remote control is farther than the TV, for example. Or I have two monitors, one is bigger than the other one, etc. That's what you're gonna be doing. 10 sentences talking about this. In case that you don't have enough objects in your room, you can walk around your house. I'm gonna give you some time to work on it, and then we're gonna check some of those examples. Clear? Okay, go for it, please, and let me know if you have any question or any concern.
No. Can you repeat?
Of course, John, no worries. What I was saying is that you have to write 10 different sentences using these comparatives. The idea is that you look around your room, for example. Let's say that you see the TV controller, the remote controller, close, but the TV is far away. So you can say the
Okay.
remote control is closer than the TV, or you can say the remote controller the TV is farther than the remote controller. You can also say, for example, if you have two pairs of shoes, you can say the white sneakers are dirtier than the green ones, for example. So on
For
and so
example,
forth.
I'm more handsome than the teacher.
Exactly. Something like that. Hashtag ya quisieras. But yeah, no, I'm kidding. That is perfect. That is a perfect example. Better, John? Is it clear now?
Clear.
Awesome.
Sir,
Yes, tell me, sir.
and it's correct. This is well said. My fan is much better than my brother.
My fun.
Fan. Oh, how do you say
Ah, ok.
ventilador?
No, got it.
Honor.
Ya entendí, pero es que, ok, entendí. You're comparing your fan with the fan that your brother has.
Ajá.
Ah, ok.
Oh,
Es que sonó como que estabas comparando al ventilador con tu hermano y yo. Like, I
no.
don't know what you want to say there, but no,
Ajá.
pero ya.
Ingeniero, sí, exactamente, eso era.
No, pero está bien. Lo único que ocupas agregarle ahí es después de brother, ponerle apóstrofe y la S. Yo creo que ya hemos visto esto hecho.
Ajá.
Entonces you can
Brothers.
say brothers, exactly. This fan is better than my brothers. That would be perfect.
It's better. It's
Exactly.
better. No, much better.
Ay, you can say much better. La diferencia es solo que con much better lo estás haciendo como más, como intensificando más, pero still is correct.
Ajá. Pero I can.
Yes, of course, totally.
Okay. Pero sí hay que hacer oraciones así entonces.
Exactly, that's exactly what you have to do.
Okay.
Guys, how did it go? Did you finish?
I only have 8.
Okay, okay. How about the others? 5, Dani.
7.
Okay, 7. Oh, that's good.
I have a 3 left.
So you have 7.
¿Cuántos eran en total? 10, ¿no?
Sorry, is that in Spanish?
I'm sorry. Okay.
How much or how many?
Tell me. Can you count sentences?
How many were?
How many sentences? Where?
Many?
Or how many sentences did we have to write? You had to write 10 sentences. But if you have 8,
Okay.
that's okay. You can stop at 8.
I have 8 sentences. No, 7
There is
sentences.
There you have 8.
Yes.
Okay, no, it's because super quick. You said I have eight. Sorry, I have 8 sentences. Como que tengo un 8. That is not correct. Es como una muletilla que tienes que metes como el A en todo. So just in case. Es como cuando hablamos de que nos decías, ¿cómo es? I have one question. That one, the
I
same
have
there.
one question.
Exactly, I have one question or I have a question like that.
I have a doubt.
Or I have a doubt. That is perfect.
And change the
You change the structure. You changed it.
the
You
structure.
paraphrase.
Yes.
You paraphrase it to make it work for you. That is very
This is another this is another way. Simple.
Okay, yes.
So please
Perfect.
share those 4 sentences.
I am more handsome than Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm stronger than La Roca.
Okay.
Sí me escuchan. Okay. Lionel Messi is worse than I or me.
Than me.
Heiner, okay. Heiner is more intelligent than Sophie.
Oh my God.
It's true, it's true.
It's shade.
Heiner pay me, but for I speak.
Agradece por simple, dice Jonathan.
Okay, thank you, John. Now we're gonna move to Alina. Alina, can you share 4 of those sentences that you wrote?
Yes. The supermarket is closer than my work. My niece is shorter than me. The presential class are better than virtual class. The cat is bigger than dog. Why is than the dog?
Than the dog.
Okay.
And that's it, right?
Yes.
Yes, thank you. Okay, Heiner.
Okay. The first sentence is, my dad is taller than my brother, but my brother is more handsome than my sister.
Okay.
Then my cell phone is bigger than my dad's. My sister is slower than my mother. And the last, I am tallest in my house.
I am the tallest.
I am tallest, yes.
Eso que hiciste se llama como un superlativo. We're not there yet, but that is correct. Thank you. Dani, can you please share 4 of your examples?
Yes. My cat is funnier than my dog.
Okay, funnier.
Mhm. Sarah is healthier than Eric.
Mm-hmm.
Today was better day than yesterday.
Okay.
My lap
You have three.
my
Yeah, you're
lap
missing one.
yeah. My laptop is older than your laptop.
Yeah, that is correct. I don't think so. Probably mine is older. No, but that is correct. Thank you, Danny. That was perfect. And Sophie, go for it, please.
Okay, the first, my doggy movie is smaller than Tommy, her son. My mom's cooks more delicious than my dad. My sister Diana is older than me, but I'm taller than her.
Mm-hmm.
The people say Desamparados is more dangerous than other place in San Jose. Eso es para Lina. Y the weather in San Carlos is hotter than San Jose.
Correct. Super quick, just when you pronounce it, you said for the desamparados than other places. It's because you didn't pronounce the S. In case that you have it, you didn't pronounce it.
Okay.
That was the only thing. The rest was perfect. Thank you. Guys, do you have any question, any concern, any doubt? Sorry, my computer is dying.
San Carlos is more beautiful than San Jose.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Invíteme.
Well, you're invited.
Cuando
Is
quieran.
this Spanish?
Thank you, thank you.
Invite me.
Spanish, Sophie, are you using Spanish?
Diría Hugo, ¿cómo es? Invite me.
Are you serious?